isn't it?
It is a beautiful song. A beautiful song from a stubborn soul.
It's the IMdrive Sunny 88.7. When we are back from this break, we'll begin our interaction with Uncle Ebo from the Ashes.
Hey, stop! You little man. You see you go. This baby will run all day long. What you better? I am very happy you decided to go. I met Answer at a salon who gave me great advice. I also claim the advantage security. I decide.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
For whatever flavor you may need, Zesta quality is always refreshing and tasty. Oh, everybody, take a sip and get the feeling. You need it. It's Zesta. It's Zesta. For everybody. Zesta, Zesta quality tea. Take it everywhere you go. Zesta. Grab a taste of quality.
Zesta tea comes in different flavors: strawberry, green tea, ginger, lemon, apple, and many more.
This advert is FDA approved.
If your taxi doesn't play Sunny 88.7 FM, walking is a better option.
I will not speak. And being the good girl that she is, unlike somebody whose name will not be mentioned at this point, she went ahead and played it. Vickie, you said the title of this song is what?
Dream On.
Dream On.
Yes, please.
Mr. Newman, you know where the title came from?
No.
Somebody tried to hit on her, and she said, "Oh, my friend, dream on." And then she realized, oh, it would be a good title for a song, and so that's it, dream on.
Nice one, nice one.
So whoever it is who hit on her, please, thank you, because I make my presentation for today. I'd like to thank the management and staff of Sunny for their friendship and for the platform they continue to provide for me. In particular, I'd like to thank Kojo. Kojo, and if you are not wearing shoe, don't let me see you. I mean, it's as simple as that. And I'd like to thank you, Vickie. It's been fun being with you. You are a good sport. And to Minister Newman, who is always ready to do anything. Thank you to all of you. And to all the other thank you to all of you. And to all the other presenters I have worked with, Ajman Salad and JJD. JJD, I miss you very much, and I hope we'll connect again. And to the sponsors for the program, thank you very much. And to Abigail, hardworking Abigail, who goes knocking on doors. I am grateful to everyone at Sunny. I appreciate and I value my friendship. Pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. We don't realize that the context in which James gave us this passage that we'd like to quote, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective, is that confess to one another and pray for one another. So I decided that, look, I cannot be an authentic Christian leader if I cannot be open with my fellow leaders. So at one of our executive meetings, remember, I was a leader. At one of the executive meetings, I decided to open up to them. So I told them, my brothers, we're mostly men. I think we had only one lady. There were about 6 or so men. I told them, my brothers, this is what I'm dealing with. I have an issue with masturbation. I've prayed about it. I hate it. But the more I pray about it, the more I find myself doing it. Vickie, after that, one after the other, took the floor to rebuke me about how living in sin and how carnal it is, and what a terrible thing it is for me to be in that situation, and things like that and things like that. But the good thing is that I am very comfortable in my relationship with God, and so you cannot really put me down. Because I know what matters is not what you are saying, is what God says. And I know, yes, even though I wasn't happy with it, even I don't think it honored God, but I knew that there is no condemnation for me before him. But I thought that, but I still wanted this out of my life. I didn't want the discomfort of standing in front of people and knowing that if only they knew. If only they know this other side of me, oh, they will run away from me. I wanted to be as open and transparent. I said, really? Yeah. I said, I also, like you, I hate it, but I can't. He said, sometimes, in my case, I can masturbate about 3 times through the night. And I said, but when I owned up, you didn't say anything. In fact, you were part of those who blasted me and exhorted me, exhorted me. And so I can say, well, the way everybody was going, I couldn't open up. But I thought I should share it with you. I prayed with him. This was Tuesday morning. You remember this thing happened on Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Tuesday evening, when I came from work, there was another leader waiting for me in my house. Brother James, I've been waiting for you. So what did I learn from that aspect of leadership? I learned a simple thing. I learned that you do what you know to be right. You do what God leads you to do. Don't worry about the consequences. Because in obeying scripture and going to confess my sins to them, I got rebuked. But in the end, look at what happened. All of them also found their only war. I will have nothing to be ashamed of. It's a wonderful thing, because almost all of us are wearing masks. Because if it comes out, we will not be able to show our face for us. Receiving God's blessings. Look at manna. God did not give manna inside the camp. He put it outside the camp and asked them, go out for it. Too many people are sitting, they are not involved, they don't want to do anything, but they want to be blessed. I away from it. In fact, my heart is always broken when I go to a church, for instance, and they are electing, let's say, youth leaders. And somebody's name is mentioned. I say, no, not me. No, I'm not interested. And I'm wondering, do you know how much you are losing, how much you are passing up? Passing on. Because I am the first of 5 boys between my father and mother. So I didn't have a big brother to look up to. My mother had a son before marriage. My father also had a son before marriage, but they were not living with us. And at that point when I was growing up, so I didn't have any relationship with them at all. So I was a big brother in an environment where my mother is illiterate. My father had 2 wives, so he spent most of the time in the other house. There was no one really to look up to. And then, of course, he died before I was 15. And my mother, being illiterate, was totally lost. She was totally out of touch with the way the world was moving on. To make matters worse, I had inferiority complex. And so, I kept to myself a lot. Nobody wanted. In the environment I grew up, it was a very aggressive, boisterous, robust environment at Sasuntreso at the time I grew up.
Okay.
And so they had no category for a timid person. There was no category for an introvert. I mean, introvert and so you know. You've got to be out there and put yourself out there. And so no one to help me grow as a human being and as a man. And so I had a lot of deficit socially and spiritually. Spiritually because I became a Christian by reading. So there was no one to follow me up. I knew I had received Christ. I knew the basis for receiving Christ. I understood it from the reading. But because I didn't receive Christ in the context of a church or a fellowship, there was no one who knew that I was a Christian.
Oh.
In an environment where I didn't think, and he had